support and enhance all parts of us as we move through the chakras today.
I can't be great.
You back, girl?
Yes.
All right, let's go. Okay. Are we? You have the little one with you?
He wants. Yes, he's tired.
Oh.
Okay. We gonna do live today with the little one.
Come on, and go through the live. Okay, Tammy. Let's move through these chakras, girl. Do you want to define what chakras are?
Yes, let me explain a little bit. Of course, our chakras align are the easiest way to put it, spinal. So you have, excuse me. You have your root chakra, which starts from the base of your spine, and that is associated with grounding, protection, anything that has happened to you growing up. That's where everything is stored. That's when you're meditating, you're sitting on the ground, you're grounding, you're starting from your root chakra. And you have move up to your sacral chakra, which is in your, your lady parts or your man parts. It's sacral, and that color is orange, and that's below your navel area. And then you have your solar plexus, which is here above your navel, under your breast, and that is associated with your y'all hear him going through the colors? Sorry.
I hear him. You better say your colors, baby.
Again, the solar plexus, that deals with decision making, basically decision making great decisions financially, through your life, making sure you ain't like starting from A and then all the way up to Z. That's where you make all your decisions from. That feeling when you know that something ain't right.
Right.
Solar plexus.
Nice.
Then you have chakra, where you give and receive love. There's a lot of people that could give love, but they don't know how to receive it. And there's a lot of people that receive love, don't know how to give it. So your heart chakra is where you need to find balance when it comes to giving and you have which don't know how to speak up, and some people are very vocal. So again, your throat chakra, you need to find balance. You may do too much at this and don't know how to do this. Too much talking, too much venting, too much doing your mouth is not always great. It's great to be vocal, but you need to know how to turn it off and when is the right moment. Like, I know I had that problem once upon a time. I was too vocal. I didn't know how to not overly vocal. That's something that you could be overly here in your chakra as well. So that's your chakra. And that color is turquoise blue. Your heart chakra is pink, but it's green.
I get that too. Like I see both. That's why I like Euconite so much. I got my new thing of Euconite.
Euconite is a perfect crystal, pinkish greenish, and the moment for the meaning for Euconite is so powerful, and that's why I have it in the goddess list that you asked me earlier, because I'll tell y'all why that's a great stone to have. Very powerful stone. Then you have your third eye, which is your blade, so they call it in the Bible. But your third eye, that gives you wisdom, that lets you see beyond what you're normally seeing. It helps you keep an open mind, which is your crown. So your crown and your third eye work simultaneously, because whatever you're seeing, you gotta really think about it. You got to open your mind. You know, you got to see things differently and just see things one way. A lot of people who are gifted, this is where they're gifted at, you know, within the third eye, you're able to, you know, feel things. But feelings go back to your heart chakra, because there's a lot of people who are, they're able to sense and feel things that comes more in your heart. But anybody who could see, hear, that is with your crown, your third eye. Oh, and then your crown, of course, is the top of your head. Make decisions, and you got to really think things through. Again, that leads to more of the spiritual side of stuff, where you're connected to mind, because to go higher. There's more chakras up here, which you're going to be doing a session, but up here is more of the gateway to God, to the divine, to whoever you want to connect with. This is it up here. So there's 3 chakras that's up here. Then you have the Earth Star chakra, which is beneath your feet. For people who do Reiki, you have chakras in your hand, you have chakras in your knees. So there's chakras everywhere. There's about 114, but your main chakras align with your spine, which makes sense. And that's why I tell people who get nervous about, oh my God, it's a religion. No, it's not. It's not a religion. It has more to do with your higher system, because we all have energy. And you know it's real, because when you get around certain people, your energy automatically changes, your vibe changes, or you feel uncomfortable. That's all energy. That's not, you know, it's not just a thought. It's real. You feel it. So that's just all that being said. Every one of our chakras affect a certain part of our bodies. So like our crown, of course, it is our mind, our brain. Our third eye is still a part of our mind, brain. Our throat, how we speak. You might get a sore throat. Maybe you need to be quiet. So that's, you may get that moment. Your heart, your stomach, your ovaries, your, you know, your lower back, all that is affected by your chakras. And your chakras could be affected by any of the illnesses you could get in your body from that. You have lower back pain. You probably have some deep stuff that's in your root chakra.
That's right.
You know, so, or you have heart problems. You're stressing about something. You're worried about something. Your heart is heavy about something. Or even if your stomach hurt, it could sometimes not be from you eating something bad. You're having a certain intuition, or, you know, something's making you uncomfortable. So your body is connected to whatever is going on the outside. It affects your inside. So with people talking about the 5, the hours, the this and that, it's real. That's why you got to be careful. Like, even when we holding our cell phones too long to our head, most people don't no more. You know, it's all energy. So
I love that.
I hope that.
Hey, Tammy. No, that was fantastic. And then speaking of, I know Ruby had a question. Can you tell us how to turn that throat chakra off? I don't know if you want to turn it off.
No. Never. Okay. Never turned off. I remember growing up, mine was off until I became a teenager. So it's not to be off. Definitely none of them are not to be turned off. It's about finding balance. Like me, I was quick to pop off as I felt offended by something. But when you start to realize that that's just energy given to a situation that you shouldn't even really care about, and that you really need to think about, you'll start holding yourself back. Not to say quiet. It's to say, is this worth my energy right now? Is this worth, because we automatically stay stuff off of our energy, or off of trying to be defensive or trying to prove a point or blah, 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 blah. No, you can feel it in your body. If you got that hot tension ready to fight, you need to be like, look, I don't need to talk to you right now because I may say something that is not going to make the situation better. Period. So that's not saying that you need to tame yourself. You just need to know when you feel that heat rising up from your root chakra, you need to just go to the left, go sit down and wait till you get your thought process together, because that's when you start speaking out of an angry place. Somebody done triggered your emotions from something that probably happened years ago. So you gotta get your thought process together. And I'm just saying that because that's how I used to be. I used to react because something triggered more than me really thinking about what the situation is. So I just sit back. You want to be coming at me left, right, and center, that's fine, as long as you don't put your hands on me. I'm not going to say anything right now because I know my mouth and it's rude. So never tame yourself.
Go ahead, Tammy.
Just know when. Oh, sorry. Just know when to speak, and that's with training. You got to train all of your. None of them is a process. That's why they say you're not supposed to try to work on everything at one time. And it's good to do Reiki because Reiki can tell you where is off, under, or over. Yeah. So.
No, that's fantastic answer. Because I was about to say a lot of, especially we wanted to also talk about why the chakras and energy healing is important, especially for Black women of color, because our voices have been so suppressed and oppressed throughout the generations. That is important that we do keep an active throat chakra. Like, I feel you, Tammy. I'm the same way. My throat chakra was closed for so long. I did not speak my truth. I kind of just went with what people, like, very much a people pleaser, just making sure everyone felt okay with me. That I'm just getting to a point, I feel like my throat chakra has been fully activated, and I'm not turning back. So whoever doesn't like my voice, that's their problem. Like, my I always tell my clients, my job is to express my truth. However you receive that, that's on you. Like, that's your problem. And as long as I express that in love, it may not be what you want to hear, but it's something you probably needed to hear, and that's why you're being triggered by it. So I don't know if you need to control it so much, Ruby, as much as you just may want to be aware of where it's coming from, right? Making sure that you're intentional about, where is that coming from? Is it coming out of fear? Is it coming out of love? Like, where is that coming from? But definitely want to keep that nice and open because you have a beautiful, bright throat chakra. So we want to keep that moving. And Tammy, can you talk about the crystal for the throat chakra to help support keeping it open and balanced?
Yeah. Okay. So for your throat chakra, so many different ones. For me, soda light is a chakra. The lupus, y'all don't laugh at me. Still, struggling to pronounce some crystals. The lupus Lazarus. Am I saying it right?
Lupus lazuli, yes. I have mine here.
Lapis lazuli. Sorry.
Girl, we know when you have. I don't gotta worry about pronouncing them.
She has the polished, and this is the raw. This one is a good one. What soda light is also a good crystal to have when it comes to communication. Anything that is with blue. Amazonite is another good one.
Kyanite.
Yes, that one's a good one. What else? Even the fluorite. The fluorite, as many know, it's like a rainbow looking color, but you could get some that has blue. You could get some that has green. The blue-green ones are good for your throat chakra as well. Especially the blue one. That blue fluorite is good for communication. Which, do I have any? I don't have.
Which one you looking for,
Again,
Tammy?
the fluorite.
Oh, I have the regular fluorite. You talking about the blue one?
Right. Well, the regular one has all the colors, but if you get the raw one, some raw ones come in multiple colors, or it will come in one color. That one color, which is either blue or green. Blue one is great communication. Fluorite.
Okay.
That's that completely for communication, which I have here. But as y'all see, my minion is knocked out right now. But the blue fluorite is definitely good for communication. And I'm a fluorite girl. I love fluorite, and I'm not pushing that on everybody in the world, but because it has so many different colors, it can mean different things. It's a powerful stone.
It is. I love fluorite.
Because the purple in fluorite could be for spiritual balance. The green brings harmony to your heart chakra. And then, of course, like I said, the blue, it brings good communication. So that's what it focuses on. So all three of those in one stone is a powerful stone. With throat, heart, and even your solar plexus. It really what you're trying out of that. But again, fight is good because that brings your clearly communicate your truth without or those are so fluorite, sodalite, amazonite, lapis lazuli.
Yeah, and I'll put them in the comments too, guys. I hope you're able to see those.
A lot of people, clear quartz is for all your chakras. Clear quartz, the mother of all chakras. Have the regular clear quartz, which has the points, but this one, along with another, it enhances what that is for. When you set your so whatever the crystal is for, clear quartz helps enhance that. So you don't have none of those crystals. Clear quartz is always good.
Like I'm playing around with. Let's see. Oh, no, okay. I told you I'm playing around today.
Hey.
Okay, so yeah, clear quartz is great for crown, right? And just kind of like clearing up everything. So is selenite.
Yes, selenite is also the other good. That one charges, it takes away, it absorbs negative. That's selenite. It takes it away, but that's why you have to charge it when the full moon and all that happens. A lot of people is like, why or how or when? Those are the times because that's when the moon is full and they get the energy from that. Because selenite, you don't need to do anything with but dust it off. You have to wash it, put water on. That's one.
So Tammy, Vanessa had a question about what stones are good for solar plexus.
Solar plexus. Oh, my favorite, of course, is pyrite. Tiger Eye, also a great one for your solar plexus. Anything that brings balance. Lepidolite. Sorry if I ain't saying it right.
Yep, lepidolite.
Oh, Lopita, you know what I'm saying?
No, well, that's how I say it. So I don't know if it's right or wrong.
I did say Tiger Eye, which is another favorite for solar plexus. But solar plexus is any crystal that brings balance to you. So malachite is also a good crystal to have for your solar plexus and your heart chakra, which is very hard to find. They're very expensive because these stones here, if you don't get it raw, they could be poisonous. I mean, if you get it raw, I'm sorry. But you never get these raw. But this also is good for either solar plexus or your heart chakra. Because it's a common, it brings balance. The pyrite also, pyrite helps you with decision making, which has a lot to do with your solar plexus. Lepidolite, it also brings awareness and balance to yourself. So this is another tool to have. Smoky quartz also, because that brings calmness to stability, which that has a lot to do with root chakra and solar plexus. Those two, that's where your gut feeling from. Or
Gotcha.
did I make or any of the sort? So
No, that makes perfect sense. I didn't know that smoky quartz was good for the solar plexus. That's new for me today.
Yes, because it brings stability. It brings like your of course gut feeling solar plexus. So smoky quartz, any quartz is really good for all your. So smoky quartz, is great for your root chakra. That also, depending on what your intentions are, is good for that as well. So
Nice.
Yeah.
No.
And
that's
smoky
good.
quartz, like a quartz, smoky looking.
Yeah, I'm trying to. So I went to Tammy's Haven of Crystals and and dropped as many coins as we see in Oshun's basket that she is on right now. But I mean, first of all, if you ever need crystals and you're I mean, you don't even have to be local, but especially for my people in the DMV area, look no further because your girl Tammy has a lot of inventory. We had a good time shopping with her.
Yes, and definitely I always love, I'm a crystal hunter. Like if I could be outside chopping rocks and climbing and I definitely would want to, but I be seeing those I probably would never have nails on. It's a lot of work. So shout out to who actually does this day to day as far as crystal hunting. But it's a relaxing feel, and we will be having more in stock, and we're gonna start getting bigger crystals. But for anybody who's starting out and wants to learn and understand, I'm your one-stop shop for crystals. But
yeah,
no, let me down. But I have a lot.
She has a lot, and she's your one-stop shop. You can get your I have my Florida water, I got my sage, I have my crystals, I got jewelry, I got my earrings here. You know I have to show off Black-owned business. So anything you need in terms as just energy healing, metaphysical, we're working on her getting some books and some oracle decks. That was my ask. I was like, Tammy, can you get some Get some books and stuff in the car. Um, but no, we're really excited to have it because we needed that in this area.
Yes, so I am in Upper Marlboro, and I am welcome at home. So it's gonna be a whole Zen den. That's what I'm calling it. And they tell you no lie, you'll come in here for thinking you're coming for one thing, but you're sitting here for hours because the energy is just so real. I think y'all were here for like an hour and a half last time.
We were. It was a lot.
Yeah.
It was a lot. I bought, I think, 10 pairs of earrings. I mean, I already told her, I was just like, I don't even know why I'm sitting here calculating. Let me just drop this on you and bless the queen. And your dollars are going to Black-owned business. It makes a difference when you know where your dollar is going. To me, I feel like that's the nature of reciprocity when we're talking about the flow of money. And like right there, like root chakra, solar plexus, right? Like root chakra is all about health and wealth, finances, career, everything that we need to function on planet Earth is root chakra. So I think it really helps that energy exchange when you have a relationship, with that individual, when you have a relationship with that business that's not just going into this entity and you don't know where, you don't know how that money is being manipulated. No, I mean, it really isn't any of our business because we're not responsible for that. But I just think we're more connected to that energy when we do it locally.
Right. Again, this is something that I love. So I always, if I don't know the questions, I'm the hunter. I'm going to find out. I am doing a chakra session that starts on the 7th, where go in depth. It depends on the 2 sessions. I'm going to do a 7-week session, and then I'm going to do 1 day. 7 weeks is going to each chakra broken down like to the T, Q&A, and then the other sessions flow through, because a lot of people hear about chakras, but they don't understand that it is all energy. Where it came from is where I'm going to really get into depth with, because we could spend hours trying to figure it. It's like trying to figure out the Bible, like trying to figure out anything. But chakras, energy, all of that, them reading the stars to tell time and all of that, it's real before the scientific part came in. So anybody who has never gotten Reiki, I suggest, and I tell people all the time, when you are starting your journey, it's great to do Reiki because it that's what it's about. It's not about learning and walking. Like a lot of people right now are in the space, but don't really understand. Trust and believe. Do Reiki one time, you'll be on a whole nother planet. And I'll put $100 one session. One. I'll do one for free. But I see a question.
So yeah, we have a question about Reiki. You were just talking about it, Reiki and energy healing.
Oh, okay, yeah. I'm sorry, I get excited about Reiki because it really helped me in so many ways. Like I was like 0 to 100. I'm a Gemini, so it's 0 to 100. There's no in between. Ever since I've gotten Reiki, I have an in between. I'm able to not react out of an emotional place because we're very emotional and we feel things, and we could be like Tupac in 1 second and then Prince in another. So it's
I love it. I love the Tupac Prince analogy. I love it.
for me. There's some people out here who's Trump and Kanye, so you know what I'm saying. You never know, but that's just you find your calm, you find your place, you know who you are, you accept it. It's a great start if you are trying to do shadow work, because I know a lot of people is trying to do shadow work. Listen,
Yes.
shadow work ain't no joke. Okay, you cannot be like, oh, I'm starting shadow. You will be dragged left, right, and center, and then you'll be wondering why you are emotional for months. Like, the deeper your scars, the deeper shadow work is going to be. So, again, I don't suggest people just jumping into shadow work. Go do some therapy, do some Reiki, and then start your process of shadow work. Shadow work is real. You hear the name, shadow work.
Shadow
With
work.
parts of you that is suppressed, that it doesn't even have to be bad stuff. It could just be who you are, but because of the imagery of whatever your family, how you were raised, or whatever has suppressed you all these years. So you be looking at somebody like, oh, she thinks she all that. Why are you saying that about her? Because there's something about you that you are triggered by her thinking she's all that.
Right.
Maybe you're not confident as her, or maybe something happened to you from somebody who she thinks she's all that too. Like, it's all triggered by something. So doing shadow work, again, Reiki.
You want to start with Reiki, because Reiki's a gentler way. Yeah.
Yes. Then diving in, then somebody trying to do all work on you. No, do it the energy way.
Yeah.
Jump in
definitely.
by Reiki. That's all I can say.
But it's so funny that people talk about shadow work lately. It's just like that, because I've had so many clients ask me, oh, do you do shadow work? I'm just like, well, I already include it in the practice. Like, it just naturally comes up.
Yes, it's a natural thing, because it's a thing, and it's something that you have to be ready to go through. Like, I didn't even know I wanted until I did Reiki. You know, I thought I was going crazy. I thought something was wrong with me, but I was just going through emotions, toxic ways that I've had all my life. So when I went to do Reiki, I was offered space for 3 hours crying my eyes out. But when I left, that was the day I began my journey. That was the day I was baptized. That day at my Reiki session was the day. So I tell people to start Reiki.
Yeah.
People include crystals and all of that. So all about, and I could be on here all day. Probably go and do a Reiki session, but really want that deep trust and belief. I'm an emotional girl. It helped me. It can help you.
Yeah, I think Reiki is phenomenal. I mean, when we're talking about the chakras, right? That's what Reiki does. It attunes to those energy centers and help to release the unstuck energy, because that's the other thing. And Tammy, if you don't mind, I do want to hop on IG Live for those who weren't able to get on the YouTube. If you have time, if we can spend a little bit of time on live, are you okay with that?
Oh yeah, we're good. We could go.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go through.
You want to meet back up like around 4:20 on IG Live?
Okay, cool.
Would that work?
Yes.
So everybody, I'll see you on IG Live in a few minutes. Thank you for everyone who tuned into my experimental YouTube live version. It gave me a chance to practice, to see what this platform is about. Still have a little bit of little technical issues, to hammer through, but this was a great start. So thank you all for joining in. Now I'm going back to my hi Junie, thanks for coming on. But now we're going to move over to my comfort zone, which is IG Live. So we'll continue the conversation over there, talk about energy healing a little bit more, and how we begin to release some of that stuck energy there at the chakra. So we'll see you over there about 4:20. We'll spend a few more minutes. Come with more questions. Come with your people. But again,